Good morning, my name is Trevor Jones, and I'm a medical laboratory scientist student at Arkansas State University. I've been asked to update the world on the current COVID situation, specifically in the USA. As of right now, that's kind of a needed situation because the Omicron variant has been spreading throughout the world. That is where the majority of the new cases are starting to come from. Still a lot coming from the Delta, Gamma, a little bit, mostly Omicron. It's the latest variant so far that we've heard of. In the US right now, we're in kind of a middle ground between what our top highest cases were and our lowest cases that we've seen in the recent past. Not lowest, because obviously that was 0 at some point. So in January was whenever it topped, and we were seeing over 250,000 cases per day. Whenever it got to the lowest in recent history was June, and we were seeing 14 to 15,000 cases per day then. These are all 7-day averages, just so you're aware. Now we are seeing between 120 and 125,000 as of this moment. Our average is somewhere around 123, 400, I think. Anyway, so with that being said, this is on the rise. We were down in June to where we were seeing 14, 15,000 cases per day. We think this is largely in part to that Omicron variant spreading. There is some good news. There is a new treatment that was approved in November, Malnupiravir. It was voted on in favor by the FDA committee to get its emergency release authorization. 13 to 10 vote, very narrow, because originally it was promising a 50% decreased risk of mortality or serious hospitalization. That in their latest clinical trials went down to 30%. So the FDA did have some deliberation, but they decided to go ahead and approve it because it is cheaper and it is more easily given. You can just take the pill, give it to yourself at home, as compared to the monoclonal antibody treatment, which they have been giving. That is, IV has to be given by a trained nurse in hospital setting, but it does provide up to 85% reduced risk of death. Now, if you're not keying into all this, this might be a good time to consider taking the vaccine. Some facts on that. The Omicron variant, throughout the world, some countries are getting a custom-made vaccine. Not sure which companies that's coming from, but where it is modified and they have added new ingredients, new viral particles to be more effective against the Omicron variant. The FDA and other health bodies in the USA have said this is not necessary. The USA does not seem to be pursuing that path at this point in time. Our cases are still relatively low. We'll see how that plays out for us. Omicron is ravaging many countries right now. It's taking over. We have some in the US, but it's not as high as a lot of the others yet. So I do expect our cases to rise. Maybe the deaths not so much, because we do have this new treatment. We still have our antibody treatments. A lot more people are becoming willing to get that. A lot more people are vaccinated, which also helps. Now, more of a worldwide perspective. We are now seeing worldwide 623,000 cases per day. Again, these are 7-day averages. The lowest point in recent history was 366,000, and that was in June. In May was the top out point for the world, and that was 802,000 cases per day. So we're close to where we once were on the worldwide perspective. In the US, we're about half of what we once